All right, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Truth Seeking Network. Okay, today I'm gonna do a quick video and it's gonna be on vitamin D. All right. So we've been told to take vitamin D. Why? Because your vitamin D is the deficient, especially for melanated people. They tell us we need to take vitamin D, right? And one of my subscribers, Joshua, thank you, Joshua, for giving me this information. I'm about to show you on Rumble. I'm not going to play Rumble because this is YouTube, because you can't put a lot of things on Rumble they actually won't have on YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to show you, and it is true what she's about to show you, that what's in what we've been taking was actually not vitamin D, but rat poison. And there's no other way to show it but to show it. So, and we were actually taking the vitamin D, thinking, no, that I'm not going to show the name of this, but we were actually taking vitamin D. See, vitamin D, right? And look on the back of it. Look on the back of the bottle right here. And we're going to see the main ingredient in this vitamin D and what it is. And you're going to be surprised that it's not. See this? You see where my finger is right here? Right there. Right there. It says Cholecalciferol. So we're going, after this video, we're going to actually play. I'm going to go to Google. We're going to Google this together so y'all can see for yourselves that this is not a joke. And that's the main ingredient in which is the vitamin D. See, as D3, that's what it is, vitamin D. That's the main ingredient right there. And then underneath it, you see this the soybean oil, the gelatin, vegetable oil, glycerin, and corn oil, and so forth, right? Those are the other ingredients that are not really essential. They just put them in there as well. But this is the main ingredient right here. I see that big old name. And what I've learned too, that anything that is a big name like that, you probably want to look it up because it's something that's not really natural. So you probably want to get that checked out for yourself. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this little quick video. I'm gonna show you where it's at. I'm not gonna play the full video, like I said, because it's Rumble. And a lot of things you can't actually play on YouTube. And that's why it's on Rumble. So I'm only gonna show you a little part of it. That's it. All right. So y'all stay tuned for that. But anyway, vitamin D. We were told to take it. But is it really vitamin D? Stay tuned. All right, y'all. So now you see what's on my page. So this is on Rumble. I'm not going to play this video, but I'm just showing y'all right here, vitamin D, or vitamin D, you see the word death. Don't be tricked by Dr. Shiva and rat poison, cholecalciferol, vitamin D3, right? So I don't know if this is going to play, but I'm just going to play, if I can, I'm going to play a little bit of this right here, what she says, okay? Listen to what she says, and then we're gonna go over to Google and look it up for ourselves.
Vitamin D. Chances are you might be taking it, right? Now I want you to go to your bottle of vitamin D or your little thing of vitamin D and look at the back of the bottle. Now, does it say cholecalciferol? Cholecalciferol. Yeah. Does it show that does it say vitamin D and then does it say cholecalciferol? Now, what if I told you to Google what is cholecalciferol? No, I'm going to tell you to Google what is cholecalciferol, but I'll tell you that what it is right here. Cholecalciferol is rat poison. You heard me right. It is registered as a rat poison. And if you look up what cholecalciferol is, it's rat poison. I can't keep saying it enough, right? I cannot say it enough. So why in the hell would they be making vitamin D supplements from cholecalciferol? But just my logic, and I hope that you're with me here, that it's probably a problem because it's rat poison. Now, my next preface is that you need to decide what you feel is safe for you. If you still feel like, taking this vitamin D supplement is going to benefit you, then please do. I personally am making this video because I was suffering from vitamin D side effects. And I believe, and I haven't proven this, I believe that this also led to some of my really strange symptoms that I was going through because of something called hypercalcemia. Now, this can be caused by high dose of vitamin D, which I was taking, but oddly enough, the same symptoms of hypercalcemia, they are the same as what happens when you are poisoned by rat poison. Because rat poison, the mechanism of action for cholecalciferol, basically what it means is the reason why it becomes toxic to rats and small animals is because it causes a rise in blood calcium known as hypercalcemia, something that I was diagnosed with just several months ago. And I was thinking,
all right, y'all. So y'all hear what she said. Now, the funny thing about it is that when I was taking it myself, I told my wife that, I've noticed every time I was taking this vitamin D, it made me feel worse. So I stopped taking the vitamin D pills. And I didn't see this video. I had never ever heard of this before during that time, but I just knew that taking the vitamin D, it actually made me feel worse. And furthermore, you know how they say you could take so many, what is those things? What are they called? I forgot. What are they called? How do they say that word? BUs, or what do they call it? BUs? Yeah. But anyways, it's something like BUs or whatever you take. So the amount you're supposed to take was like 4,000, I think it was BUs or something like that. Anyway, but they say you could take up to like 10,000, that range, you know, especially in the winter months and stuff, because you're covered up and you don't get that much sun on your skin. Right. So I was taking it between 6 pills, and these are 2,000 IU pills. Right. So I was taking 6 to 8 of them at a time, right? Because they said you could. And that's what most doctors, I said, some was taking more than that. And I noticed that I started feeling, I started feeling ill more when I was taking it. So I said, I stopped taking them. And we had bottles of these things that we went through in the house. So this is the last bottle that we had. And of course, nobody's taking it anymore. But, and this bottle's like, it's half empty. But this is to show you that if you watch my other videos that I put out as far as the drinking water, right? The chemicals in the drinking water. I did chemicals in the food, you know, and the GMO foods. I did video on GMO foods as well. The question is, what are they doing out here? Like, why is everything that we taking got some type of poison in it? And this is not coincidental. And a lot of sicknesses and illness that people are dealing with, I believe that this is why, because we got so many chemicals and things in our food and even in the vitamins that you take. You think you're doing a healthy thing, but you're really not. So right now, we're going to go to Google and we're going to do this, what she said. And like, I'm going to show this one more time so y'all can check this video out on Rumble for yourselves. I'll just go ahead and click it so you can look it up right here. You see under my cursor. I'm not going to play the full video, but there you go right there. Just look this video up for yourselves and you can see that something's very wrong, okay? So I'm going to pause this real quick and we'll get right back. There you go. So y'all look at the top of the screen and what do you see? So I typed in cholecalciferol, whatever you say, it's a long name, but it says right here, it's also known as vitamin 3. Vitamin D3 is a secosteroid, uh, secosteroid produced by the skin and can also be present in certain foods such as dairy products, eggs, fish. Its primary function is to maintain normal calcium and phosphorus level in the serum. So now you think right here, oh, it's a good thing, right? So so they basically said also known as vitamin D3. But guess what is also known as? Rat poison. Let's see. It's now gonna see, is it safe for humans? So frequent monitoring of blood work, calcium, phosphorus, and kidney value is often needed for a period of 2 to 6 weeks after ingestion. Unfortunately, the word cholecalciferol has a very, very narrow margin of safety, which means that even small ingestions of this poison can result in severe clinical signs or death. So, how can they make this to be vitamin D3 for us to take when actually it's poison? It's poison. They literally called it poison. Listen, cholecalciferol poisoning from vitamins that contain vitamin D can also cause heart irregularities, kidney injury, muscle damage, electrolyte imbalance, extremely high blood pressure, and depression of the central nervous system. And that's what it can do for a dog. So it's also toxic to your dog. So why in the world are they giving it to us as vitamin 3 or vitamin D3? So this is the pill that we are taking. So they say we can get, since we don't have the sunlight on us, we can get some sun exposure, right? But it's also rat poison. And it's the main ingredient of rat poison. See? Color in. Watch this. Yeah. Let's check this out. Let's go get it. All right, y'all. So you see on my page and on YouTube, they also, I mean, not on YouTube, but Google, I'll just go check it through it real quick. And they got the little fact checkers on here. And they said vitamin D can be used to kill rats, but it's safe for people at normal and higher doses. And some people need to supplement to maintain good health. It is possible to overdose on the vitamin if very high doses are taken over a long period. But basically, they go on and say here that I'm just throwing this information in the video too, that they're saying it's safe and all this other stuff. So that's your decision, what you want to do. And I don't ever trust the fact checkers. Just let you know, a lot of the fact checkers doing the so-called what happened in 2020, their facts were wrong. And to find out that people who was telling the truth was actually people who were saying were actually going against what was going on. I just leave it at that. But if you want to trust fact checkers, then you go right ahead. But if that is if cholecalciferol is rat poison, right? which it is, and it's also toxic to dogs. So you make sure if you got pets that you're around your house, make sure that this does not get to them. So I'm just saying that main ingredient right here that's in your vitamin D is in there. And there are other ways to get your vitamin D. I prefer natural ways because you got to think in ancient times there was no pills people were taking, or not even ancient times, just years ago, there were people weren't taking pills to get vitamin D, right? You got your vitamin D from your plants and from the mainly from the sun, exposure to being out in the sun. That's the most healthiest way to do it anyway. So there are plants that have vitamin D, and also like fish, like sardines and things of that nature that actually have vitamin D in it. So let's look at plants with vitamin D. Let's see. Mushrooms are the only readable available natural plant-based food source of vitamin D. They contain a compound called ergosterol that, upon exposure to UV lights, is converted into vitamin D2. Okay. But there are other plants that have vitamin D. So don't think that it's just mushrooms only. There are other plants that have vitamin D. For instance, let's look at greens, like spinach. Does spinach have vitamin D? But you will find lots of fiber. This says none. You will have potassium as well as vitamin A and C. If you really want to get some vitamin D along with spinach, eating quitch or spinach chaffo, whatever that is. Let's see. But then, and this is what I'm going to show you with Google real quick, how they contradict themselves. Now look at the next question that I showed y'all. Which vegetables have high vitamin D? What's the first thing on this list right, y'all? Y'all see spinach. So right above it, it just said there's no vitamin D in raw spinach, right? But then the first question you have down here, which vegetables have high vitamin D? And what do you see? Spinach, kale, okra, collards, soybeans, white beans, some fish like sardines, salmon, perch, and rainbow trout. Food that are calcium fortified, such as some orange juice, oatmeal, and breakfast cereal. So you can get vitamin D from other sources. And I just wanted to show y'all that's why when you deal with Google and some of these things, they always kind of have contradictory things, so you're confused. But don't be confused. To me, the best things to have, and this is my opinion, to get your best sources of energy is not from pills that are made by companies. My best source from energy is coming from natural things that are grown, that were already here. The sun and fish and these greens. If you do that, if you partake of this, there's a lot of things our diet today that people have is mostly a lot of junk food. And that's why we are vitamin deficient, because we don't eat like we should. We eat a lot of cakes and cookies and, fast foods. And that's predominantly most people's diets. And you're not getting enough vegetables. And because we're in all the time, we're not getting enough sunlight on your skin. So you become vitamin D deficient. So there are natural sources that you can get your vitamin D from. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one on YouTube. I'm just saying, I'm only saying what happened to me when I took these pills and I stopped taking the pills, I felt a lot better. So just like the lady in the video, she said basically the same thing. And that name, cholecalciferol, is a main ingredient in rat poison. So I'm not saying this is rat poison. I'm just saying it is the main ingredient, or one of the main ingredients in rat poison, because that's what it is. So, and all right, y'all. So I want y'all to look at my screen real quick, right? And this is why I say things is and these articles are very confusing, because we're about to read this and I'm gonna show you. Check this out. It says vitamin D3 as a mouse and rat poison. It says cholecalciferol, or vitamin D3, has been used for decades. It is considered a safe dietary supplement for humans. All right. So you see that, a safe dietary supplement for humans. Let's keep reading. At high doses, this hormone causes blood calcium to rise to toxic levels. This in turn leads to kidney damage, bleeding, and heart problems. This mouse and rat poison is also toxic to pets and must be kept well out of their reach. So now they call this dietary supplement a poison. See, this mouse and rat poison is also toxic to pets and must be kept well out of reach of their reach. As with all poisons, here we go, the dosage is critical. This is why the tolerable upper limits is set at 4,000 IUs for adult humans. Some people believe that if a little is good, then a lot is better. Anyone who uses a lot more than 4,000 IU daily should monitor blood levels of 25 hydroxy vitamin D regularly. If this fat soluble vitamin builds up in the body to toxic levels, it could lead to hypercalcemia, excessive levels of calcium in the bloodstream. Symptoms can include muscle pain and or weakness. So, is it a dietary supplement or is it a poison? Because in the beginning of the article, they called it, is it considered a safe dietary supplement for humans? But in the rest of the article, they called it poison. See, as with all poisons, the dose is critical. This is why the tolerable upper limit is set to 4,000 IUs for adult humans. And this is why I said that vitamin D3, is it a dietary supplement or is it a poison? So to me, I'd rather not take it at all. And like I said, when I was taking it, I know it made me feel worse. And so that is my stance on it. And I'm just alerting you so you can be your own boss and make your own decisions for yourself. For me, I'd rather get mine from plants in the sunlight and keep it moving. All right. Like I said, this is for you to judge. It's up to you. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace till next time. And I'm out.